Hey, everybody out there, you're tuned in to 91.8 The Fan. We're actually going to be calling in our special guest, so make sure to stay here as we call the wonderful, fantabulous guest that we're going to have on for today. Now, hello, guest, are you there? Hello.
Hello.
Oh, it seems we've got a special guest here.
Who's on with us?
Oh, I think I was referring to you. You're the special one.
Oh well, this show's gonna suck.
Dang it. I thought it would be better this time.
Oh man. Hi. How are you? It's good to talk to you guys again. I missed you.
I know I missed you too. It's been a really long time.
Thank you. Thank you. I feel like it's. When was the last time we chatted with one another?
I think 2000 and either it was late 2012 or early 2013.
Well, it feels like it was 2002 because I feel like it's been forever. I missed you guys a lot.
Well, we're glad to have you back, and I know the fans absolutely love you. They were very excited last time when you took a lot of their questions and things like that, but we're not doing it this time. No, I'm kidding. If they do have questions, I am monitoring the live chat just in case you have anything you want to ask. But
Sweet. How
since
do
I
I get on
know
the live chat?
the live chat, it's actually on IRC. If you go to our website, I'm gonna link you here really quick. Just so everybody out there, just in case you want to join the IRC, you just gotta head on over to 918thefan.com, click on IRC chat, and join that way. And I'm going to link our special guest as well. So there you go. Very
Awesome.
simple. Just gotta pick a name, and hopefully not an offensive name, but hey.
Okay. Uh,
But
Go
for
ahead.
the for the fans out there, obviously you have a special project that you're premiering in Los Angeles. In fact, you've got an amazing view from your hotel room.
Yeah, I am actually already here. I beat everyone here to Anime Expo this year. We got here a couple days early because we are here getting ready to do a premiere of Battle of Gods, which is the first new animation for the DBZ series in 17 freaking years. And it's so exciting for everyone.
That is super crazy. I just have to say, to be able, I mean, obviously it must have been nice to go to Kai and be like, okay, we get to kind of do it over and it's stuff that we're a little bit familiar with, but with this, it's brand new material.
Oh, it was incredible. It was so nice to be able to open up something and not already know what it was going to be. And I think that's the experience a lot of fans are going to have with this because this movie is truly a movie that is made with a lot of fan service. It's just if you were a fan of the DBZ series, you'll totally get this movie. But it was so nice to be able to pop open a new animation with a new story of something I hadn't already heard about 8,000 times, and I hadn't already played 8,000 times. I hadn't already watched 8,000 times. I hadn't watched it in orange boxes and yellow boxes and blue boxes and VHS tapes. It was something completely new, and it was completely fresh. And the animation looks beautiful, and we got the whole, we got the old gang together to kind of get together and do all the dubbing for it, and we added some brand new uber talented people to the cast, and I'm so excited to see what this looks like on a big screen.
That's going to be probably a wonderful feeling to be able to watch the premiere with everyone there and just it's kind of like, wow, I get to revisit and live this with like a whole group of people that have been waiting for this for 17 years.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna be right there with them because I my experience with Dragon Ball Z in general was very similar uh, to how the fans experience Dragon Ball Z. It sounds kind of ridiculous to say that because I was directing the show, but I didn't have all the materials way in advance. I didn't know what the end of the series was going to be like when I started. So when we were working on the show, I was experiencing things at the same time that the characters were. So these sort of reveals are really fun, and some of the stuff that happens in the movie, no spoilers, is stuff that's really endearing and really fun from a fan perspective because you know the characters very well. I think people who maybe haven't seen Dragon Ball Z before might come and go, oh, "Okay, that was weird," but anyone who's watched and loved Dragon Ball Z will like Battle of Gods.
Was it weird because it's like a cat guy, or what makes it weird?
It's weird just because if you're not familiar with Dragon Ball, if you're just kind of not familiar with Dragon Ball, there's so many like character type things that you may not understand. There's there's kind of cameo appearances from the series, and there's a couple of characters that actually foreshadow some stuff to the Dragon Ball GT era of things. Um, so I think perhaps if you don't know Dragon Ball Z really well, you might be a little confused, but it's still going to be a pretty badass experience. Pardon my French, but
No, I
ass
think
is
that'll be
donkeys.
fine.
Huh?
Exactly. Are there donkeys in the movie? No.
Yes, yeah. Oh shoot, spoilers.
Oh
Uh,
no. Ah. Well, obviously you have Anime Expo as well to go along with this, which is like the perfect time to premiere this sort of event to all the fans out there. So, are you doing any follow-up events like Q&As about the movie, anything like that?
I think that we're going to be doing a couple of days of just meeting people from people like you and people who have questions at different websites and different publications. We're meeting with them over the next couple of days. So we're doing a press type thing. Then the premiere happens on Thursday, and that's I don't think that's entirely open to the public, but it's and if it is, I'm sure seating would be very limited at this point. After that, though, we do go on to Anime Expo, where we have, I believe there's a big Q&A one of the days. I think it's either Saturday or Sunday. Hold on, you're the first people I'm having to kind of talk about this, and I'm trying to remember exactly. Justin, do you happen to remember? Justin Cook happens to have just come over to my room because, I'm friends with stars and stuff like that, and he's super famous, and so he just came to visit. Um, he's looking it up, so I'll tell you more about that. But it's either Saturday or Sunday. There is a big Dragon Ball Z panel.
Well, now for the fans out there, are you just excited to get a chance to meet with them at a big event like this, especially with the premiere in tow?
Uh, well, I'm always excited, and it's weird to actually say that about an Anime Expo event because Anime Expo is just larger than life in general. The last time I did even a Dragon Ball Z panel, it was this insane room of people, like a huge room, and I think that's just the case with a lot of stuff in Anime Expo. The rooms fill up and they're enormous, and it's intimidating because it seems like there's thousands of people. So I don't know. It's hard to say that it's hard that it's going to be any more exciting than it already has been in the past to meet so many masses of people who love the show, and it's crazy to meet the people these days. A lot of people I'm meeting are people who loved the show 10, 15 years ago and are re-experiencing it now with their own kids, or like they've graduated, or they're watching Kai now, or they're excited about the movie because it'll be the first thing they've seen in a long time. So uh, I don't know. I don't know what to expect, but I know it's going to be radical.
Well, it's kind of interesting you mentioned that. My brother has three kids, and the two older ones are very tomboyish, more than I was at their age. And they actually watched the show, and like they're reminding me about things of the show that I haven't seen in like 10 years. And I'm like, wow, I can't believe that it's being introduced to a younger demographic. I never thought I would kind of be able to have that experience with them.
Yeah, you never thought you'd be the wise elder showing your younger like siblings and friends, kids and stuff, your great knowledge about something that they're just experiencing for the first time. That's what the coolest thing about working on DBZ is that I have this weird key that unlocks this ability to talk to just about anyone because so many people have at least heard of Dragon Ball Z that it opens the doors to talk to people that I hadn't ever, I wouldn't have had anything in common with otherwise.
Well, now obviously people are super hyped for the movie, but from what I can see on the internet, people are not only excited, but people are already singing praise and everything else. But do you think there's a continuous future for Dragon Ball after this?
Man, I there's no way I could say there's not a continuous future for Dragon Ball Z because anytime I've ever even thought that, um, it hasn't been the case. I've described Dragon Ball Z as a property and as an entity that's very similar to a villain in the show. Like you might think it's gone, and the smoke clears, and it's still standing there, like breathing really heavy, and like clothing might be all torn up, but still breathing, and it's not dead. So I think Dragon Ball Z based on what I've seen from this film, looks like it might have some more, life left in it. And if they can continue the tradition of what they've started in this movie, it'll be pretty neat.
That'll be really exciting for fans. I mean, it seems like anime fans are kind of getting a lot of their old favorites again, Dragon Ball, Sailor Moon, so on and so forth. So I like that this trend is happening, so I can kind of share it with the younger generation and even get like the family into it. It's weird to be able to sit down with my weird old hobby that everyone has made fun of me for in my family and be like, "Hey, let's watch this. You know, this is
Yeah.
anime, right? Yeah, this is cool." And they're like, "What? No, it's not. It's a cartoon. No, this is totally anime."
Oh yeah. Yeah, Dragon Ball Z is the one thing I can nerd out about harder than anyone. Like I know so much random facts about Dragon Ball Z. That's the one thing I feel like I can stand toe to toe with just about anyone with, and have a good long deep nerdy conversation about something. But yeah, I'm very excited. I really, really hope we see some more Dragon Ball Z in the future. Trust me, when I say any of this, though, that that is all in the hands of the mystical dragons and the powers that be in Japan to see what they do. Um, I don't honestly have any information regarding like whether Dragon Ball Z will continue or whether there'll be more movies. But if this film is any indication, they've really set the ball up pretty hard, um, for some more of these, and I would certainly love to see it.
Definitely. I mean, the original series creator, he seemed to be heavily a part of the movie, which is nice to see that he still kind of wants to be involved in the world.
Yeah, Akira Toriyama, I believe, had a big hand in this, and you can tell, it definitely has his spirit all over the film. This film is very much in the way that I think he would have wanted, that he wanted the movie to be. So you could tell he had a strong hand in it.
Well, we're super excited to get a chance to finally see it. I know none of our staff sadly cannot make the premiere because we're stuck in Vegas, or we're stuck in San Francisco and not Los Angeles. But I am sure it's going to be an amazing event. However, we're going to take a short break here on 91.8 The Fan, so don't go anywhere because our special guest isn't. Keep it tuned to your favorite station where we play everything you want and nothing you don't. Hey, everybody out there, you're tuned in to 91.8 The Fan. And my special guest is still here, and I think that he's trolling some part of the world. But now the fans have been asking some pretty interesting questions, so I want to bring them to your attention and make sure that they get their voices heard. Obviously, you guys collected, the same gang together, people who reprised their roles, but did anyone have to re-audition at all?
No, no one had to re-audition for their role. Everyone, everyone returned. So we've got everyone that everyone would remember from the original cast. That was actually, let me put it this way, everyone who was available. So there may be a couple people that had to be replaced because they just aren't geographically available, or I wouldn't even know where to find them, to be honest. People haven't done this in 10 years or so. But yeah, oddly enough, there weren't any auditions for Dragon Ball Z, Battle of Gods, because all of the characters were already cast. The only two exceptions were the main villain Beerus and his sidekick Whis, or his manservant Whis. Uh, those were played by Jason Douglas and Ian Sinclair, and those guys I brought in a kind of a mad rush because, and this has happened before in other things like even Full Metal Alchemist. This happened, but the video game, the Namco Bandai video game, came up prior to our working on this movie, and they needed someone very quickly, and I had to cast someone very fast. Um, and we didn't even have time to audition. But in the case of Dragon Ball Z, so many of the main people that I've worked with over the years are already in the show. The people that I really love working with. So all I had to do was just listen to the Japanese voices and find a couple of the strongest, most powerful people in the Funimation crew, and just enlist them. I'm at a point now where I know Dragon Ball Z so well, and I know the actors so well that I know who's right for what. Um, and Ian and Jason were both perfect for the roles that they were cast for, and you'll see that when you see the film.
Well, it's funny. I was actually going to mention the game because they came out so early. I mean, it was back in January, so that must have kind of thrown the like flow of things off because you had to kind of get into your characters and do the game, and then you had to do the movie. Or did you actually record the movie first?
Oh no, we had to record the game first, and it's happened to us before. And it was a little frustrating because copies of Battle of Gods weren't domestically available. Obviously, I mean, there was no way to watch the film. I mean, at least not legally. And the and it's and when you work for Funimation, it's kind of like having a job at the police station or something like that. Because if you go, "Hey, bro, do you have a copy of Battle of Gods?" They're always like, "No, no, no, not here. I don't have any, I don't know. And it's even available. It's not available in the United States, right?" So I finally like found some clips, and right before I had to record these guys for the game, I finally I finally found like a copy of it with no translation or no fan sub or anything like that. It was just a bare bones thing, but I got to hear the Japanese voices, and that's all I needed. Because the minute I heard Beerus, I instantly thought of Jason Douglas. Jason Douglas, you might know him. He plays the Psycho in Borderlands 2. I don't know if you're familiar with that playable character. He's like the
Yeah, we've
play.
gotten a chance to talk to him before.
Oh,
Great
you
guy.
have? Yes,
Mhm.
super awesome guy. He has that mixture of kind of age with insanity, and he's already proven that he can do insane Dragon Ball Z style uh, screams and yells, which is a huge prerequisite for anyone who wants to be involved in the show. And Ian Sinclair, on the other hand, he was just perfect for the what I thought we should sound like as well.
Well, now I know we're a little bit pressed for time, but are there any hilarious, funny behind the scenes stories that you can share with us?
Man, probably one of the funniest things that happened in the recording of it was uh, Ian Sinclair came for his session, and I went to lunch with him because I'm also friends with him. I went to lunch with him prior to the session. He gets out of his car and he shows up at the restaurant, and he's wearing one of the old school orange uh, King Kai like Kai training shirts, the orange shirt with the Kai symbol on it.
Yeah,
And he
that
goes,
doesn't surprise me whatsoever.
"Oh my God." And he shows up wearing that and he goes, "Hey Chris, look what I wore for my session. Isn't that funny?" I go, "Yeah, that's cool." We're also recording these sessions for some cool extra feature type stuff that we might be doing for later release. So you're gonna be filmed today. He's like, "No, no, I'm gonna be filmed like working on Dragon Ball Z in a Dragon Ball Z shirt." I'm like, "Yep, that's the case." He goes, "Oh my God." So yeah, that was pretty funny. He thought I was messing with him at first, but yep. Eventually, if you see some of that footage, he will be wearing his snappy old Dragon Ball Z shirt that he probably got when he was in junior high school. Um,
That sounds about right, though.
yep, yep. Which is not that much different than what he would normally wear. Occasionally, when he does interviews and things like that, he looks at magazines and tries to pretend to be like someone swanky. But really, when it all comes down to it, that guy's uber nerd. Did you have more questions from fan peoples?
Well, at the moment, because I know that we're a little bit short on time, as I said, I do have more questions, but I feel a little bit bad. But I want to make sure that you have enough time for your next event because I know you guys are super busy. So, is there anything else you'd like to tell the fans about the film, or anything else that you want them to know about?
Uh, I mean, I really pick, close your eyes, point to the screen, and find one question that people have asked because I feel bad not answering any of them.
Well, you just answered two,
Oh,
but
good.
yeah, everything I've asked in the second half has been from them.
Okay.
Yeah, so you have gotten some from them. Don't worry.
Okay. Um,
A lot of people telling me that they're going to hug you and glomp you at Anime Expo
oh,
though.
well,
So
I'll wear my protective anti-glomping gear. And yeah, one thing I am very excited about, oh, and one thing I should say, like publicly, is that I am voicing Vegeta. Someone on my Twitter page kept pounding me, oh, like hounding me over and over and over again. Are you playing Vegeta? Are you playing Vegeta? Are you playing Vegeta in Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods? Are you going to do the same voice you did in the series? Are you going to play Vegeta? And then finally, I just answered. Uh, nope, I've decided to give that role to, I think I said Ian Sinclair or something like that. I said they wanted, I think fans really want something sillier. And then his reply was, well, what if fans don't, I don't think fans are going to want something silly. I said, well, yeah, I did a poll. Fans want silly when it comes to Vegeta. So I think that started a weird rumor that I wasn't going to be voicing Vegeta, but I really am. I'm playing I'm playing Vegeta, Piccolo, Yamcha, and the dragons as normal. So,
Well, good
uh,
to know that you're playing your destined roles.
um, I'm actually looking at the IRC chat right now, and somebody goes anti-glomping gear. Someone goes soap. Uh, anyway, sorry.
Soap and Febreze.
Soap and Febreze. So yeah, I don't know what else to I don't know what else to tell you. I do know that you mentioned that how sad you weren't going to be able to make it to the premiere this weekend, but uh, people can go see the premiere because it's going to be available all over. I think I was in a convention in Memphis last weekend, and it appears that they're going to get it in Memphis. I mean, there's plenty of local theaters that are going to be showing this somewhere between the 5th and the 9th, I think. It's like August 5th, 6th, 7th, and 9th is, I believe, is, yeah. So August 5th through the 9th, but not the 8th. Don't go on the 8th or you're, for whatever reason. Maybe it's something completely different and you'll be very disappointed. Um, so you'll be able to see it then. I think if you go to Funimation.com, you can pre-order tickets and so I would definitely try and I think they're adding more theaters as they go along, so you may want to check it out more than once.
Well, we'll pass it along to the fans. The really cool thing is that the website for the movie had like a Funimation timeline and a bunch of other things. So if you're just into facts and history, I highly recommend checking that out. But I got to say thank you so much for joining us today. It was really lovely to talk to you again.
Absolutely. If we get some more time, I'd love to talk with you again. You guys are some of my favorite people.
Aw, I feel hugs and wubbles. It's
Yeah.
adorable. But no, thank you so much. And we'll let you get back to the rest of your day. And for any of the listeners out there that missed any of this interview, don't fret. You can find it on the website within the next few days. So keep your eyes peeled to 918thefan.com and your ears tuned to 91.8 The Fan, where we play everything you want and nothing you don't.